Is he suggesting that cops can do whatever they want for a day and that will actually solve the problem?
No, he's not. And even the clip you just played, what's it, 5 seconds out of, for Donald Trump, an hour speech? I think a lot of times people say, oh, well, he said this. For 5 seconds, yes, he says things that are unscripted. He goes off the cuff. He's not serious. There's no policy behind that. But I think where the American people truly are is they at least want to hear what somebody is thinking full-throated versus Kamala Harris, who is completely scripted, like badly scripted.
I guess I wonder,
and there's nothing coming out of her.
What is the policy then? If it's not that, then what is actually the solution?
He wants to make sure that police are supported so they're upholding the law. In every city in our country, I was in Duane Reade last night here in New York, just trying to get razor blades so I can get a fresh shave for today. I had to press the button for the attendant to come to open up the case just so I can get a pack of razor blades. That's what's going on in every major city of America. Americans are fed up with that kind of stuff. It happens because you do have a dereliction of support for law enforcement in too many cities in America. And so there's a major angst going on amongst the American people. Donald Trump said a comment for 5 seconds. That's not setting policy. That's revealing the angst of the American people.
Donald Trump has a history of saying inflammatory things. It's not just those 5 seconds, Congressman, and you know that. He has a history that goes back from the time when he first ran for office, and he's talked about telling people in his rallies to knock the crap out of him. He had a history, even when I was working here at CNN, he was telling people how CNN is the enemy of the people. And you know what? A guy named Caesar Sayak sent pipe bombs to this building, or not to the other building that CNN used to be in, and tried to kill people. Donald Trump says things that get people hurt. When he talked about liberating Michigan, what happened? Gretchen Whitmer, the governor of Michigan, they tried to kidnap her. There's a plot to try to kidnap her. Every time he's...
Okay, folks, this guy here, Keith Boykin, he's just a diversity hire, okay? And it's not even diversity, equity, inclusion. It's DIE. Diversity, idiocy, and you can't even say equity. This guy is a race hater, a race traitor, and a race baiter. That's what he is. He is not even a journalist. He calls himself a journalist. He is a unbelievable effing hack. The only reason that he's on this panel is because of the color of his skin. He's black. If he was white, they wouldn't even have offered him the job. As I said before, you talk about being a racist. He's talking about what, saying the pipe bombs or whatever they were saying. Did you know the amount of, what was the, remember there was a envelope stuffed with some type of substance in it that was sent to all the conservative offices? Did you not have with Steve Scalise, the 2 assassination attempts on President Trump? What the hell is this idiot moron, okay, talking about? These are the kind of people, okay, that when people take a look at this and go, what in the world are you freaking talking about, you stupid, idiotic moron? That's what's happening here, folks. Let's continue and see what Keith Boykin has to say.
Just 5 seconds, inflammatory statements like that. What happened when we have January 6th? It's because Donald Trump opened his big mouth.
Oh my God, here we go.
Shut up. And I wish at some point, Congressman, you would at least have the courage to stand up to your dear leader and tell him when he's doing wrong.
Are we going to talk about,
Let me ask you something there, Keith. Do you have the moral courage, okay, to talk to your leaders about this? Have you said anything to Joe Biden when he said he was going to punch him? Did you say anything to Kamala Horizontal Harris when she talks about the rhetoric that's going on and the rhetoric that she is using? Did you step up to the plate, Keith Boykin, all right, when Barack Obama said the rhetoric that he spewed? Did you step up to the plate, Keith Boykin, when Michelle Obama used her rhetoric? Hey, Keith, did you step up to the plate when Hillary Clinton called everybody deplorables? What the hell are you effing talking about? You know, we can always tell who the fool is because they're the ones that open up their mouth, and when they talk, everybody knows that you're listening to an idiotic moron like this Keith Boykin. But anyways, let's give Keith a little bit of room to continue to talk and see what just might come out. of that feeble little mind.
Rhetoric
just
directed-
apologize for
Are
him.
we going to talk about the rhetoric directed at Donald Trump? Because we do realize that he's been trying to kill.
Are you going to continue to try not
opportunities
to
now, people
answer
try
the
to take his
question?
life.
So
Are we
you're
gonna
not
talk
going
about
to
that
answer
rhetoric
what I
now?
just said.
No, he's not going to answer what you said because what you said is
Actually talk about
stupid.
rhetoric, because here's what Trump supporters have been saying.
We'll hear this violent, dangerous rhetoric, and we're going to have a copycat. It's coming. And it's just unfortunate. Somebody's going to get killed.
I'd say that's pretty strong evidence that the left needs to tone down the rhetoric and needs to cut this
Absolutely.
crap out. Somebody's going to get hurt by it.
It works when we see the liberal elite literally trying to take out a political opponent. Now, do they cause it? Absolutely, they contribute to it. They're complicit with it because of their words.
So true.
According to those gentlemen there, saying that Trump is a threat to democracy is violent rhetoric, but Trump saying, let's just have one really violent day, that is not violent rhetoric?
That's not what he said, Abby. God almighty, okay? Do you have to be, you know what? It's amazing that somebody that supposedly has a brain, that supposedly I'm trying to think of the word. Beautiful. Brain. Does she have a brain? You are supposed to be the moderator. You're supposed to leave your opinions out of it, for crying out loud. And he didn't say for a whole day, Abby. He only said something about, okay, like, oh boy, if it was just for an hour, let these guys be with the bully just for an hour. But the rhetoric and the narrative that you try to spin is just so preposterous. It's so stupid. It's not only stupid, it's idiotic. It's not only idiotic, it is moronic. And you end up looking like a retard. That is so true. If I were to poll 10 people and said, hey, tell me what do you think Abby Phillips looks like when she talks about this? Or Boykin. And I said, pick a word. 9 times out of 10, they're going to pick retard. And the other one time, it'll probably be moron.
No, he didn't say one violent day. That's
Trump
not even
liter-
what he said. Well, let's be honest about what he actually said.
Can we
Play
play
it again.
Trump
Play
again?
it again because he didn't
Can
even
we
say
play? Can we play Trump
I
again?
wanna hear it.
Can we play it?
All these stores go out of business, right? They don't pay rent. The city doesn't have. It's a chain of events that's so bad. One rough hour.
An
Real
hour.
rough. The word will get out, and it will end.
Where's the day talking?
End immediately.
Where was the day, Abby? Where was the day, Abby?
Rhetoric.
We have to acknowledge the reality going on in every city in America.
Not answering the
Crime
question.
is mass.
Not answering the question.
That is answering the question
How
because
is
the
it-
reality in America, hold on, Keith, the reality in America is that crime is massively up.
Crime
Yes.
is not massive.
Yes, it is. It is up.
You're lying, Congressman. You're lying.
We already know that there are
the
cities
FBI just.
You're lying, Keith. And now Abby, she has to stick her nose into it. She's got to come up with something. She can't just stand back and be the moderator and let this go on. Oh, no. She's got to put her 4 cents in. Why? Because that's just what these morons do. They just can't sit back on their ass and listen to everybody. But no. Abby Phillips has to come to the freaking rescue and put her 4 cents into it. And just basically say, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. We'll put the facts up. What facts? What narrative? What bullshit are you going to put up now?
Released data this week. The crime is going down.
We already know that.
Oh my God! Abby, why do you let this man lie on your national
I'm not
television
lying.
like
I'm
this?
telling
Why do you let this man lie on national television? I'd ask Abby, why do you let a retard like Keith Boykin appear on your panel? Answer me that question first. Why do you let a race hater, race traitor, race baiter like Boykin appear on your panel, Abby? Just answer me that one freaking simple question once in your freaking life. That's all you have to do. Answer that question before he answers his question. That's what I want to see.
See that
This
exact
is not
truth.
right.
You may not
You're a
want.
liar,
You may not.
Congressman.
No, I am
You're
not.
lying.
Because
You're lying. You're lying. No, you're
Be
lying.
respectful of what you're trying to say.
Hang on a second.
Go
If
ahead.
you would just let me
Go ahead.
talk, I will explain exactly what you want me to.
No, you talk way too much, Abby. That's your problem. You talk way too freaking much. Let those people talk. And then bring it back. But no, you have to interject every 15 freaking seconds.
Explain. We have the data. The FBI literally put out data today showing that crime is down this year for the first 6 months of the year. But look at the trend line. Okay, crime is down in all these different categories, and
It's bullshit data by the FBI freaking I, for crying out loud. Are we going to believe these bastards now? We're going to believe the FBI after the DOJ and the FBI. We know that they were weaponized against the Trump administration and conservatives. And you're going to bring up, oh, the FBI is giving us statistics. Oh boy, it's the gospel. It's the gospel from the FBI. Hallelujah. So we got to believe their stats, right? When we know their stats were unbelievably effing manipulated. You can't even get statistics on the ethnicity or the heritage or the skin color of people that commit these violent acts of crime because they don't want to know everybody's a white person. God almighty, you guys make me freaking sick.
And then there is a trend line that shows that crime is going down. So why do you continue to say that?
I do think, though, in some
I'll
place.
let you get in, but I do want the congressman to answer that
Sorry,
question.
please.
If you look at crime rates in the United States since the pandemic to this current point, this current period in time, crime is up.
Okay,
year
look at
over the
chart.
years,
We're gonna put it
crime
up.
is up.
Congressman,
Violent crime
Look at
is
the
up.
Look at the chart.
I'm looking right now.
Okay?
Yes, there it is, the chart. 2017, 2018 going down, 2019 going down, a spike from 2019 to 2020. And then look what happened. Spike went down from 220 to 221. What happened after that? Who was in office then? Boom, it took off. And went beyond 220. Yes, so now there's a downtrend. If you want to believe what the FBI, if you want to believe those bastards, if you want to believe those liars, every single detail that's ever been given by the government, any numbers coming from any three-letter agency. There's another agency that the American government ought to have. It ought to have the LIE agency, the lie agency. Because every single unbelievable effing statistic that has ever come out from the government has all been freaking lies. Every single thing is fraud. It's fake. The numbers have been manipulated. Oh, all of a sudden, guess what? 820,000 jobs. We thought they were plus 820. Oops! Not 820 up. We're 820 down. It was a tiny little readjustment. Oh, there's no violent felons. There's no murders. There's no rapists. There's no pedophiles. There's no sex perverts. There's none of that escaping, or being let loose in America. Oh, really? Did you happen to see that stuff that came out with the border report from the ICE director? Nearly 1 million felons, either convicted or about to be convicted. 1 million led into the interior of the United States of America in crime. That's what's going on. But oh no, crime it's down now. These guys are full of shit.
I'm looking right now.
Crime is on its way down. It has not returned to pre-pandemic levels yet, but it is trending down. That is a fact.
I'm looking at your chart right now. 2021 is when Joe Biden and Kamala Harris came into office. Look at that spike up in violence.
Yes!
What Donald Trump...
Do you see where it went after
Abby,
2021?
Abby, this is important.
Do you see where it went after 2021? Do you see that? Do you see it went up to 2021? What about this, Abby? Do you see where it went up before that? Are you freaking blind as well as stupid? Amazing the way they try to gaslight people. You're looking at the statistics if you even believe them. Oh, they'll believe the downward. But no, the upward, we're not looking at that. Because that just makes too much sense.
This is important.
I don't understand.
This is really important. If
Crime is going down. And
Put the chart back up. Put the chart back up.
Put it back up. Crime.
Look at
where it's going.
2021, which is when Joe Biden and Kamala Harris came into office in 2021.
Okay.
The trend line is up for violent crime.
Byron, you're speaking to morons. You're speaking to retards. You're speaking to people that don't have a brain. They don't have common sense. They're idiots. That's why they don't understand this. Really.
The United States of America.
And you know what?
That is an empirical
Hang
fact.
I'm not going to sit
That's
here
your
and let
chart.
this
It's not even
man-
mine. I
let
just
this
saw it for the
man
first
lie
time.
all night on
I just saw the
television.
chart.
I'm not going to sit here and let him lie on television.
But I want to.
No. Wait one second, because we.
Well, I'll just sit here and I will call you out, Keith Boykin. Basically, you're a black race hustler, race baiter, race hater, race traitor. You're a DEI hire. You shouldn't be on this panel. The only reason you're on this panel is because you're black and because you're low IQ. You don't know the facts, but you will continue to lie to put up whatever narrative you want against Trump, against conservatives, against Republicans. We've seen it over and over and over and over and over again. That's the only reason why you're on this panel, is to bring your stupidity, your idiocy, your moronicity into subject matter that you have absolutely no freaking idea in what you're talking about. And Abby, honey, stay back, be a moderator, and do not interject your own idiotic opinions in matters that you don't understand. That's not your job. Your job is to be the moderator and facilitate the conversation, not add idiocy to moronicity.
This is silly.
Hold on.
It's not silly when people.
We have
when
to,
stores,
Congressman,
and I'm sorry,
just give me 1 second,
Abby.
please.
Go ahead. Of course.
We have to
Absolutely.
deal in facts here.
Yes, we have to deal in facts. Whose facts, Abby?
The FBI put out statistics for the first half of this year.
Yeah.
The numbers, the trend lines are going down in all of those different categories: murders, rapes, robberies, property crime, aggravated assaults. For 2023, the trend line is going down. If you don't believe the FBI, independent people who look at these numbers say the same thing. There was a
The independent people, Abby? The independent people that are being killed? The independent people that are being murdered? The independent people that are being raped? The independent people that are being molested? The independent people that are being burglarized? The independent people that are victims of crimes? Are those the independent people that you're talking about that looked at these statistics? When you've been murdered, or you've been killed, or you've been raped, or you've been sexually assaulted, or you've been sexually, perversely, something has been done to you. If you've been burglarized, assaulted, who gives a shit whether you become a statistic? That's a real life situation, Abby. And for you to just basically ho-hum it and just say, well, you know what? The statistics show. That's like saying, okay, that today there were 5 murders, and a week from today, there's 4, and you go, less murders in a week. The trend line is going down, buddy. You got one less one. That's just stupidity and idiocy talking.
spike in crime during the pandemic. That is true. Nobody's disputing that.
Yes,
But
you
the
are.
reality is that crime is going down. You don't have to twist the facts to make the case that people feel unsafe. Just say people feel unsafe.
I'm not even twisting the facts. You put up a chart. I just looked at the chart myself. The bottom line was from 2021. Well, what happened in 2021? Joe Biden and Kamala Harris came into office. This is when Democrat politicians were all the rage for defund the police.
This had nothing to do with.
See, she's getting triggered already. She's trying to explain to Byron, why don't you understand me? And Byron basically is saying, the reason I don't understand you, honey, is because you're presenting data and you're doing it very, very stupidly. You're better than that, Abby. I would hope you're better than that. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're also a DEI hire as well, honey. Maybe you are.
Can I finish my point, Keith? Because I let you speak. No, but you
He
can't.
really did
but
not.
You can't
You
move on
monopolized the
because
entire conversation for the most part. I
Keith,
spoke
you
for a
yelled
minute.
across the table, didn't even let me
Because
make
you
my
lied.
point.
You know why he did that? Why he decided to? Because when stupid people are talking, smart people ought to interject and basically tell the stupid person that, shut up and let me continue, Boykin.
I'm not lying. I'm telling you the truth. You don't want to hear the truth.
right.
That's it right there.
You
Bingo.
don't want to hear the
Let me
truth.
let you
He's on the
finish your
screen,
thought,
Congressman.
Congressman, and then we're going to
All I'm
move on
saying is
because Scott
similar.
needs to get in.
I don't even know why you have him on the stage tonight.
Similar to inflation, because I'm bringing facts to you.
Because you're lying.
Because similar
Just
to
give me a
inflation,
second, please.
in 2024, the trend lines are coming down slowly. But that ignores the reality of 2021, 2022, 2023. You know what the American people are concerned about, which Donald Trump is speaking to? Massive inflation brought to us by Joe Biden and Kamala
Not
Harris.
true.
It is very true.
Yes, it is
Even
true,
Larry Summers
Boykin.
said it. You can
Not
interrupt
true.
all you want, but it's the facts. I
Yes.
was in the House. You were not. I know exactly what happened.
what you were doing in the
But again, I'm going to move on.
Man, oh man. Okay, I love Byron. I love him. Brings the facts. He's Scott Jennings. 1-2 tag team punch. And this idiot, this DEI hire, as I said before, race hater, race baiter, race hater. DEI hire, the only reason he's on that panel, doesn't have any brains, doesn't have any common sense. Just that false, fraud, fake narrative. Trump bad. We must defeat him. Republicans, crazy. Conservatives, white supremacists. When asked before how come blacks and Latinos and other people of color are going towards Donald Trump, what's his answers? How does he respond to that question, Boykin? Well, they're racist too. That's what you're getting from this SOB. Anyways, folks, we appreciate you taking the time to watch. You've been watching the Dr. Nasser Shake Show. I'm your host, Dr. Nasser. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, like, share, and follow us. Tell us what you think about Boykin and Byron. Love to hear from you. My final thought is always, when you're right, you're right. And when you're left, you're wrong. Until next time, folks, take care and stay safe.